Hi guys, a very good afternoon. Maswera say, welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, where we give you the latest trending news in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. So what is happening is that former deputy minister in the finance ministry, Terence Mukupe, has been sentenced to 3 years behind bars together with other 3 accomplices, and they are facing a very serious charge of smuggling diesel from into Zimbabwe, and they failed to pay duty when they brought fuel into Zimbabwe. So according to the Herald, they say former Deputy Minister of Finance and Economic Development Terence Mukupe and 3 accomplices have been jailed effective 3 years each following conviction for importing more than 138 liters of diesel in 3 tankers without paying duty. The state had moved the court to consider a jail term of at least 3 years plus a fine of at least 122,000, which is less than 3 times the duty payable. The level that might be the fine in far more minor cases. Mukupe was last week convicted along the drivers Sam Kapirisiso, John Tadera, and Leonard Mzuto for unlawfully importing diesel without paying duty. The 4 were sentenced to 3.5 years, each with 6 months suspended for 5 years on condition of good behavior. So, in addition, they were given 12,780 fine each. Failure, they will have to serve for another 2 years imprisonment. So the 3 drivers drove the tankers into Zimbabwe with diesel, and they were meant for DRC, but replaced the fuel with water in Zimbabwe. After conviction, Mukupe and his accomplices lost bail and are in custody pending sentence. So Mukupe and his accomplices were arrested in February 2017 and charged with fraud as defined in the criminal law, or alternatively contravening section 174(1)(e) of the Customs and Excise Act with a false declaration. So this is what is happening in Team Zimbabwe, in the nation of Zimbabwe. We have a high-profile case involving the former deputy minister in the finance ministry, and he has been jailed with 3 years. Meanwhile, we have another person who smuggled, or who tried, or who attempted to smuggle 300 and something thousand worth of gold, which is 6 kgs gold, and she has been given 18 months, wholly suspended, and has been tasked to fine only 5,000 United States dollars. Take a look onto these 2 cases. Is Mukupe falling out of favor, or he deserved that? Personally, I feel that he deserved more than 3 years, because there was no need for him to smuggle fuel into Zimbabwe. There was no need for him to prejudice the state in terms of paying duty. But equally, Rushwaya was supposed to be in jail, was supposed to serve a sentence in jail for smuggling gold. The argument yekuti gold nderake zvikazoita sei is invalid. Honestly speaking, Team Zimbabwe, the laws must equally apply. Munhu anobatwa ane 2 grams dzegoridhe ari kupiwa iye 2 years behind bars without an option of paying a fine, or without even an option yekuti aite community service. But high profile vanenge abatwa ne 6 kgs guys, munhu iyeyeye ari kubva aregererwa. And the issues which were raised with that Rushwaya, munhu ane mhuri, ana mai nababa vanoda kuchengetwa. What about the drivers vanga vana Terence Mukupe? Why is it that they were not given a lenient sentence? Ivo vane mhuri dzavo nevakadzi nana baba vanoda kuchengetwa. These are people who rely on driving exclusively. Havana kwavanowana mari yakawanda, but ukatarisa vana Rushwaya vanhu vane dzimba, vane businesses. Akakana akambowana 6 kgs dzegold. Why is the wrong person behind, so that we start to develop the nation of Zimbabwe, we start to move forward, because there are several people who are dying as a result of shortages in my hospitals, because and everything else. So, and these guys, I just compared the two cases, but this matter is about Terence Mukupe, who has been jailed for effective 3 years. 6 months sentence was suspended for good behavior. Achibva asarwa 3 years. Ndobva badari 12,800 each as fine as well. So ndozva zviri Team Zimbabwe mhosva dzinofanira kuti munhu aende kuseri nekuseri 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 nekuseri. Let us meet in other episodes as well as other podcasts.